Exclusive tranquility. Eton Dorney is the course for this summer's Olympic rowing races. Built and used by David Cameron's old school Eton, this place is posh. Very posh. Yet earlier this month, 25 state school students and their friends from the 5 East London Olympic boroughs had their chance to compete on these waters. There was no lack of excitement and getting into the zone as they climbed aboard for their 500-metre race. They'd had 3 months training and only one other session on the water, but as the race began, no one would have noticed. Watched over by our greatest ever Olympian, these kids strained and fought for every oar stroke. The victors jubilant, those in last place still chuffed with their achievement, as was their mentor. How do you think they did?
I think absolutely fantastic. That there was quite a big spread between the boats, but I've been chatting to most of them, and they've been out sort of 4 to 6 times. That's about 2.5 days training for an Olympic athlete. So that's all they've done on the build-up. An Olympic athlete would have put 6 to 8 years of training of that sort of level. So you can understand of they're in the learning stage of the whole process. But great to see.
The children received medals and tickets to the Games, but it was the taking part that seemed to matter most. So, had it brought the Olympics to life?
It's definitely a brilliant experience, and I'd love to do it again if I get the chance, as it was a new venture for me.
We might have come last, but at least we put in 100% attendance, and we had fun. So
being through that kind of training, for even though it's a little while, just makes it more realistic for me. It makes me more empathetic towards the Olympians, so I really feel for them. I really feel now the Olympics is really alive for me.
The event was run by EDF Energy, who are one of the major sponsors of the Olympics. So was it all just a PR stunt, or was there more to this than shameless publicity?
Some of these people have got tickets to go to the Olympic Games. Some of it just to see test events, and is that without sponsors for the Olympic Games, things like that are not going to happen. Without sponsors, you can't stage something like the Olympic Games. And what EDF are doing, helping these children to inspire, to better themselves, to look for different elements of that. It may not be in the sporting life, it can be in any way, and that is very, very magical indeed.
Also on hand to watch the winners and losers was Catherine Granger, who will be competing on this very lake in August. So did she think it had done anything to break down rowing's elitist image?
When you look at it, it's basically a nice big lake that anyone can access, so it's not actually a very elite centre for the sake of being an elite centre. It's a brilliant facility that anyone can access and any club can access, and the fact that kids from the East End of London, who probably wouldn't get a chance to try this anyway, gets brought over here. They've had 3 months, never sat in a boat before, most of them, in their life, and then, seeing them today, they were loving it. The excitement, the competition they had, the fact they got to race at the Olympic course after 3 months of rowing, I'd want a bit of that.
Many of these kids may never pick up a set of oars again, but it's clear that their day as Olympians would live long in their memory. Sumit Bose, Energy Live News, Eton Dorney.